Hey everyone, this is Chris and Sandy Benton with the Chris and Sandy Show. We get up close and personal with some amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I say on every episode, we got a great one for you. In fact, we've got someone coming back. Who do we have?
Yes, we have a returning guest with us today, Cali Tucker. She was born into country music royalty. She carries on her iconic last name with a style uniquely her own. Cali is the daughter of legendary country music singer LaCosta Tucker and also the niece of Tanya Tucker. Influenced by strong, successful women, Cali took the reins, designing her own brand of country music. And you may also remember her from season 6 of NBC's The Voice, where she was on Team Blake.
And we're going to talk about all that and then
a lot
some.
more.
So welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Hello. Good to be here. Good to see you guys.
Same here. Because last time it was audio, so we couldn't see each other.
Now video this time.
That's
so
right.
much better. It's so much better.
It is.
Yes. We love it.
I love it.
So this last 18 months has been really crazy for a lot of people with COVID and all that. So how has COVID affected you and what have you done to maneuver through this craziness?
It is so wild. I remember when it first happened, it was like, I was performing 6 nights a week in Vegas, and it was just like,
wow,
everything fell like a fly, the next one dropped like a fly. I mean, then you just realized, oh my gosh, I'm not playing, I'm not performing. What am I going to do? You have this moment of anxiety and fear, but I fell right into not having to. I mean, honestly, long story short, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It gave me the time to regroup, heal in so many ways. And I was able to write some incredible songs for my EP that I would not have had the time to do if I didn't get this opportunity, this break. Yes, it's been a huge financial struggle for a ton of people, especially performers, I mean, it was the first to definitely go, and it's been the last to come back as far as, employment and things like that, and doing shows. So It's been difficult for a lot of the people within my circle in Vegas. And I'm sure it was really hard for Nashville to kind of get back into the swing of things. In Vegas, we are still having to wear masks. And it's so odd because I'm in Nashville right now for the holidays, and I'm about to do a show tomorrow here for the first time in years.
It ain't no mask there.
And we're no masks. So it's so weird. I mean, East Coast and West Coast it's just really different right now, and it's kind of giving me whiplash, but I'm honestly happy to be here and not have to be suffocated by the mask right now. But all in all, it was a time, I feel like, for a lot of just development as a human being and as an artist as well. So I really am thankful for the time, and it's redirected my life and my career in such a positive way that honestly, like, it was a huge blessing in the grand scheme of things. We take the hits, but in certain ways from all this, and God bless everybody that has, I mean, I know so many people that have passed away from COVID, so many people that have miraculously recovered from it. And it's just been really, it's just been really scary for everybody. But thankfully, I actually never contracted it, and none of my family did, like anything bad. So I'm very, very, very blessed in that regard. But it's just, I see the struggle for everyone else, and I have to go. I am just thankful and blessed to, still be in the position I am, and now continuing to do music, and things are opening up, and jobs are becoming more readily available for everyone. I'm happy that it's going in a positive direction now.
We feel the same way as you because, we launched this show January of 2020 with the intention of maybe 100 interviews the very first year. And then COVID happens 2 months later, and I'm sitting there watching everything get shut down. I was like, wow, this could be our time to shine. I can't change COVID,
right?
But
had to make the best.
But we had to make the best, like you were saying.
Yeah.
You make the best of it, and so we ran hard, and because of that, we did over 300 interviews last year, and tomorrow we will hit number 500.
Yes,
congrats!
In fact, I think you're like 499.
499.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll take
in fact, tomorrow morning we got one with Parker McCullen, and he's going to be number 500.
Yes.
Not that it was planned that way. It was just that
how it worked out.
I want it to be 500. How dare you? No I'm kidding.
You actually almost was. We had a
We had one
last
more
minute
booked up.
cancellation the other
Mhm.
day because we were like about a week ago. We're like, I think Callie's going to be number 5, and we were excited about that.
Oh yes.
Aw.
And then we had to cancel. We had David Nail that was supposed to come on, but he had, but he couldn't
There
come
was-
on.
Yes.
So when that cancellation happened, it pushed it to the next day.
That's okay. I'll take what I can get with you guys. Are you kidding me? It's wonderful to have built such a cool relationship with you guys, and I hope to have many, many more interviews in the future. So it's wonderful, wonderful.
And it's been crazy because even though, as you know, we started as a country music interview show, I don't know if you've looked at it recently, but we've had a lot of actors and stuff come on now.
Yeah, the show's
Amazing.
had the evolution.
We've
now,
opened the door to entertainment in general.
I know so many people you should be interviewing. I'll have to email you some.
Yeah, you have to let us know that.
people.
Yes.
I got a list.
Because our very first big actor that we had was Ed Asner.
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He was 91
he's
years old at the time.
we had
before
him
he
last
passed.
December.
Mhm.
Was it December?
November. Yes.
Ed Asner. What did he play in? I feel like that. I know that
Mary
name.
Tyler Moore.
Oh,
The Mary
okay.
Tyler Moore show.
Yes. Oh my God.
And the movie Up. Yeah.
Another cool
Oh
one
my
that
God,
we
that's right. I
recently
know that
had
one.
is this past
Mhm.
Saturday. We had the first runner-up of Miss USA.
Oh, we did. Caitlin Vogel. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then
You know, I used to be in
yesterday
pageants.
we had Perez Hilton on.
We did.
Perez. Wow. You guys are really
Yes.
killing it. You guys are
So,
killing it.
and again, we owe, as much as I hate to say this, we kind of owe COVID all this because COVID really, even though that we don't want it to happen, it helped us open that door because
Right. And the
you know,
technology
when-
was here now and people had more time during that time.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like you have to, it's been really, really hard for some people. And then also
Mhm.
really eye-opening for others and an opportunity, we find opportunities in sometimes the weirdest ways. So,
there's been many people that we've talked with that said it's been both, where it's been really, really hard, but at the same time, it's open doors too.
Yeah, I would have to
Right.
say agree that that's been my case for sure. So, doing a whole lot more live streams when that happened, I was able to reach a whole lot more fans. So it's been great. Yeah.
And see that, and what's great for
Mhm.
music artists, and of course, technology's always been here, but we never really took advantage of it. I think the future, and I'm already starting to see people do this, is where concerts are going to be. You're still going to have your live concerts, but you'll be able to set your live streams up there too, so that way you're getting the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow night. Actually, I'm playing a show here in Brentwood, Brentwood's where I grew up, Brentwood, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
I went to Brentwood High
Brentwood.
School, Brentwood Middle.
Yes.
But of course, I'm inviting everybody that I've ever known, from my entire life.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping everybody will show up tomorrow and just have a really fun night with me. But we're going to live stream it as well from Facebook and IG. I've got some of my people here helping me, accomplish that. But yeah, I mean, if you can't be at a show, it's okay. We're gonna make sure you're gonna get to see it. So yeah, technology is insanely valuable to performers right now.
And I think
Mhm.
that's actually that's the bless. Because again, imagine if COVID would have happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Oh
It
yeah.
would have been a lot more
It'd have been
difficult. For
really different.
communication and getting things done.
Yes, that would have been very difficult and probably very expensive for some people. This
yes.
technology was probably a software you had to buy, and it was everybody had to have it. If you didn't have it, you had to go buy. It's good.
So as you know, a lot of people, they see the big artists, and the big actors and all that. They see the glory behind everything you do, but they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles it takes to get there. And I always want to talk about that because I think sometimes people, they think it's easier than it is. So they're like, oh, I got the talent, I can make it. We
Mhm.
both know that that's just not true in this day and time. It takes way more than talent. It takes networking, takes the right connections, the right timing, everything. So tell us a little bit about the struggles and sacrifices you've had to go through to get to even where you are today.
It's hard to even begin this conversation because it's emotional. B, I'm still on the grind. And
they think because of your last name, it's you got it made, and they're so wrong.
Mhm.
let me tell all your viewers, I'm an unsigned artist. I'm not with a record label. And the main goal is to actually be signed and have that machine behind me for distribution, for touring,
Mhm.
for all the things that I just frankly cannot do on my own. I do not have that type of personality. I've been on the grind doing this for, I don't know, most of my whole life, and trying to get to the next level of my career has always been just such the biggest challenge. Now, when I left Nashville, people thought I was crazy, but but here's the deal. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an artist and I'm a businesswoman. And I knew that there was not money to be made as far as I was concerned at the time, and it could be different now here in Nashville performing live. And I wanted to go where I knew I was going to be appreciated as an entertainer. I was going to get paid. I was going to be able to make a living, and actually be able to reach a huge fan base, because the town is so transient. You know, we've got people every single day coming from different countries all over the world, coming to see live entertainment. So I've built an incredible following that way. I've become an incredible entertainer, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I think my biggest asset is the fact that I'm a great live performer, and I'm so proud of that. You know, I may not be the best songwriter, I may not be the best studio singer, but I know I'm a great live performer, and it's all due to my years in Las Vegas. Now it's kind of like at the point where I've written this incredible album, and I got really, really lucky working with this producer. I work with, his name is Gahara, PK Degadenzi. We call him PK because he was a preacher's kid. So, but he produced.
He was a preacher's kid.
Yeah. Preacher's kid. So,
yeah.
The turn of events, how I actually got to meet him is through my live performances. Otherwise, he wouldn't have known me. So I got to meet him and my co-writer, Trisha Batani. And we are all just like this incredible unit as far as our writing and our producing. So, and we've been working together to create this sound. And it has taken 4 years, 4 years of trial and error, and just kind of like talking to 1,000 people within the industry and trying to get feedback, noticed, also be true to myself, who I am as an artist. But when you're doing this, I mean, you're running a business. So even when you get these songs done, even when you get like a lyric video, there's so much money, there's so much cost at hand. And a lot of people don't, I mean, I certainly don't have a ton of money to be able to, just splurge on myself. But everything I do make absolutely goes back into my career, 100%. So, there's so many aspects to it that are extremely frustrating to not be able to get done. And I think at the end of the day, like, I don't put a ton of weight on social media, because I think it's a fleeting thing. I absolutely want to use it as a platform to reach out to my fans and to be able to have that connection with them, especially if they're not local. But I think it's very sad how the industry has turned into this thing where, you're only validated based on the number of likes or engagements or followers you have. And I think that's really, really sad, because
record labels won't even look at you if you don't have that.
Yeah.
Well, but a lot of them won't, and I'm hoping that some will, because I'm not. I feel like there hopefully will be a team of people that help with the social media aspect of that. I can do my part, but I'm such a creative being that that's just not a priority for myself. So, even though I do work at it, I think I'm very consistent with everything I do. I think at the end of the day, having that machine like a label behind you really, really does help push you forward, especially when it comes to distribution. And it's kind of like we've laid out the groundwork for what could be. And at this point, so I'm just, looking for the right people to continue to build my team together. And that's very difficult, because there's a lot of, not so great people in the industry sometimes. So
because you got to be real careful.
There is so many. I mean, writing a book is the only way I could explain it. I mean, it's just there's so much to it. There's so much behind it. And you have to be so well-rounded, and it's just, it's really, really interesting to live in this lifestyle. But I'm really looking forward to releasing. I just released my song Dandelion, my first single off the EP. I'm so proud of it, and it's
great
really,
song.
Oh yes, we love it.
Thank you. It's just it's really different. It's really fun. My style of writing is always going to be different. It will never be as traditional as a lot of the country songs out there. But I do consider myself a country singer. Kind of like if I'm branding myself the next Shania Twain, I just want it to be very unique, different, style wise.
And you
what I'm
probably
saying.
get where, like I know that a lot of when they got legend families, get compared to your legend family, and you're not that, and that's probably the hardest thing to live up to.
I think people have a difficult time with it. I don't. I I really, I mean, I know who I am. There's no denying that. Like, I know exactly my sound. I know where I see it going. I know the evolution of what I'm going to be. I mean, it's mapped out. I know exactly what it looks like. So, you know, the beginning stages of all of that is just one very, very tiny piece of me.
But
And
that's the Tucker spirit, huh?
I mean, we're pretty, yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're hardcore chicks. I mean, there's no denying that. I mean, it's either our way or the highway, I guess. But no,
Yeah,
we're easy. I'm easy to work with. I'm not.
So what was it like living the Tucker family? I mean, growing up, being around royalty.
Yeah. You don't mean it's no different than you living, around your aunt, your mom, or anything. It's just, but we definitely did do some amazing things. Like, I remember just, we went on 2 cruises as children while Tanya performed, and my mom was on the road with her a lot of that time. And we would do fanfare. And I think that was my most favorite memory, to be honest. Fanfare was incredible because we were just kids, and we'd run around this fairground, just, hanging out with Dean Dillon and Winona Judd, and going over here and saying hey to Faith Hill, the Dixie Chicks. And I mean, we just had a great, I mean, the 90s were a blast for me. And if my family hadn't been obviously who they are, then I wouldn't have gotten those really cool memories.
To us, the 90s still produced the best country.
I actually agree. I don't think that you'll ever get better than that. Like, oh God. And I mean, Brooks and Dunn and Vince Gill and Reba. I mean, it's just the best. That was the best time. I feel like I should have been a country singer in the 90s. That would have been amazing.
You can always bring it back, right?
Yeah.
I'll let me get my pop country out of the way, and then we'll do that. Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is, like, my evolution will be in extreme ways, probably, like, from pop country to, swinging it back old school, and then intermixing different genres into this country, what I call country music, will be
what it's always been
journey.
about. And that's what I think country music is always, you have these people that always say, oh, if it's not traditional, it's not country. And I have to laugh at that, because even Johnny Cash in his day, he was the outcast. He was going to destroy country music. All these people from that day. And I think that country music is about the blend of all the different musics, because if you like traditional country, we have it. If you like pop country, we have it. If you like Christian country, we have it. So if you like hip hop country, we have it. I think country, because of all the blends of it, is the best music out there.
Yeah, I think we have the strongest fan base in the entire world. I mean, because we do have something for everyone. And we're always going to continue to create. And, it's a beautiful thing. I feel like there's something magical about not being cookie cutter, and being able to not be cookie cutter in this particular genre. And it's really fun. It's really, really fun. I mean, if you take a pop beat, put a banjo to it or a steel guitar, I mean, you got something really interesting, So it's been really fun to play around with. And I think there's also a stigma of style of writing when it comes to country music. Like, there's a way of writing, and I don't know if you guys know this. There's a way of writing a country song as opposed to writing a pop song. And I've had a few people tell me, they're like, well, that's a pop song. I was like, and they're like, it's just because how you wrote it. I'm like, whatever. I just wrote the song.
You're breaking all the rules, right?
I'm breaking the rules. I'm such a rebel. And I hope to always be a rebel. I hope I can always,
that, again, that's the Tucker name. They're rebels, right?
That's right, baby. We don't play no games. Yeah, it's fun. I like to. I'm going to keep it fun. Always, always keep it interesting.
And you've got to, because in this day and time, there's when you look at people with, let's say, 9-to-5 jobs, and nothing against 9-to-5 jobs, but sometimes they get in this rut and they're miserable at their job. With being a creative, and you're like yourself, you have to have fun or it becomes that rut. And you don't, being a performer, if you get in that rut, then your audience will catch that.
Let me tell you something. I mean this with every bone in my body, that I'm not myself if I'm not performing. I am not myself if I'm not singing. It's a deep wound, hurt when I go for too long without getting to do if I'm not writing. Like, there's something sick about it. I'm really sick in the head. Like, I love it so much. It is absolutely my passion. It is my purpose, without a doubt. And I don't mind saying I'm the hardest working performer in country music right now. There's no doubt about it. Like, I am on the grind 24/7.
Wow.
Working towards this big goal. And it's everything to me. It is, it's 100% my life. I love it so much. Like, I understand when somebody has a passion for something and they don't get to do it for their living. It hurts my heart, hurts my soul, because I do get to do this. And no, I'm not at the level where I want to be. I'm going to get there. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to get there. I just encourage everybody to do what makes them happy. And it's really hard to find that sometimes when you are in a 9-to-5 and you are stuck in a rut. It's really hard for me because I don't have a steady income. Like, I'm always like going here, going there, like trying to figure out where I'm at. So there's a lot of drawbacks to what I do as well, but I'm so damn happy.
And we get exactly where you're coming from, because like, I was telling you before the show that we visited Nashville 4 times this year.
We did.
And a couple of times we went to Kentucky with it. So basically we were away from the show for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, about 3-4 days in, I'm like, okay, I'm getting withdrawals here. I need to be able to interview people. And
100%. Yeah. You guys have you guys found your niche, and I found mine, and it's you can't live without it once you start it. It's a drug. I am a druggie.
and that's what I love about music. And that's what I love about our shows, because, and I think that's what turns me on with the show so much, is because I live my life based on passion. So I'm bringing all these people from all walks of life within the creative entertainment industry.
Right, who are pursuing.
They're either at the top or they're pursuing. But either way, they have that passion. And so their passion rubs off on me, because it's like, I love to listen to people's story. I love to see people that are chasing that dream, because again, that's what we're doing. We want to be the Bobby Bones, the Ty Bentleys, the Kelly Clarkson show eventually. So we're chasing the same dream y'all are, just on a different platform.
And I think you guys are absolutely going to get there, by the way. So you're great interviewers. It's fun to talk to you. It's fun to talk to 2 at once. I really like that. Husband and wife. It makes so much sense. I'm all about it. So yeah, no, it's great. That. I just hope that my hope for the music industry is that we do veer away from this whole need for validation and social media and the following and those things like that. Because, here's the deal. Let me break it down. I grew up in an age, I was born in 1985. Age is me, but I don't care. And we didn't get a computer until, the late 90s, maybe.
Yeah.
We were told, get off your computer. Don't watch the TV. Stop playing your Nintendo.
Right.
Get out there, read a book. Go outside and play.
Yes.
Make some friends. So I grew up with that mentality. So why would I be doing this as an adult?
Right.
I just don't. That's just not in my DNA.
Yeah.
So I really hope and encourage people to, yes, be active on social media and build your following as much as you can. But I hope that talent and pure talent and drive and work ethic will always rise to the top, as opposed to what your number is. I find that very disheartening.
So
that is the situation. So utilize these incredible tools, but know what's real. Know what's real.
Because it should be a tool, not become your life.
Exactly.
It's fun. It's crazy. Yes. Technology was created is to help enhance your life. But people now have taken it so far that it's become their life.
Yeah, become their life.
Yeah, and that's a great word to use. It enhances your talents, your work, whatever it is that you're doing in your life, And I love to see that people make a career out of it, and or they're deciding, you know what, I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to start my own candle making business, and they can do that through social media and the marketing tools and Etsy and things like that. But I think we need to just take a step back for a second and look at the bigger picture and you know, and know that, you know, it is what it is, and hopefully things will just kind of calm down just a bit on it. I just want to play live shows. That's all I care about. Honestly, I just want to write songs. I want to record. I want to play live shows, and I hope people come to those. Yeah. So
exactly. I love that. Now, as you know, a lot of people, they see you and the other artists and all that, but they don't see the teams behind y'all. In our opinion, teams never get the love they deserve. On our show, they do. So take a few moments to tell us about the team that helps you be who you are.
Okay, so I first shout out to Trisha Batani. She's the one that actually got the whole ball rolling with PK. They're actually boyfriend and girlfriend, but they're also musical partners. And I'm like, how do you guys make that work? It's incredible. They're a great team. She, her friend Lauren, Jennifer Gates, shout out to Lauren. She introduced Trisha to me at one of my shows. She's like, hey, you got to come see this girl. She's incredible, blah, blah, blah. So brought her to my show. Trish got on the phone with PK, said, hey, we got to record her. And, you know, I was thinking like Adele or something at the time. He goes, yep, let's do it. So I owe everything to those three. I mean, for making all of that happen. But I worked really closely with Trisha and PK. And that's pretty much it. That's my team. I have my friends that always kind of, you know, show me support and help me out when I need. But as far as musical team, like that is it. I am looking for management. Really, really great manager with a good track record. Not just kidding, you know, has some history behind him. Great agency to work with that can, you know, eventually introduce me to, you know, a great label that's the right fit for me. I wouldn't just like, I feel like a lot of artists would be like, oh, I just want to get signed with a label. I don't care. Like, no, you know, you got to be. You
got to read the fine print.
Yeah,
you have to be really, really careful. I'm not just going to sign on the dotted line for the first one.
Yeah, because how many times?
I'm not desperate.
How many times have you seen? And this happens a lot. And I hate to say this, but where you hear stories where they were so excited, the label came to them, and they didn't realize it, but the label had an agenda because they put all this money in this one artist, and you're kind of competing with the same audience. Yep. So because of that, they come to you and they say, you know what? We like you, want to sign you. And you don't go get attorney look over the contract. So you sign, and then they bench you for 3 years.
See that shelf over there? That's where you're going.
Yeah. And it happens a lot.
It does. You know, you have to, I mean, at the end of the day, this is music business. You have to do your research. You have to do your due diligence. You have to see like, what is, you know, I've been in it long enough. Like I can see a snake a mile away, and I can see a bad deal a mile away. And I'm so grateful for all those bad experiences I had to teach me those lessons. So yeah, I mean, it's, you know, what will be. And I think I bring something extremely unique and different and creative and fun and sexy to the table that country music is needing right now as a female country artist. And so I think I've got a lot to bring, but yeah, I wouldn't want to put myself in the position of getting shelved or not getting my music played simply because I was
that would crush that would crush anybody who is like all in with this.
It would,
especially if they own the rights to your music. Can you imagine? Right. That would be really, really scary. Before I go on, like I want to give a shout out to my mom. My mom is also she's my biggest fan, my biggest teammate. She's very, very she's extremely supportive in everything I do. But musically, you know, if it wasn't for her, I would not be doing this. I would not. Yeah. So, you know, she's my unsung hero. And I wanted to see, you know, I know looking back at her career, she could have gone really, really far, much farther. And I think that's also a really important reason why being a successful artist in this industry is so important to me, so that I can, you know, kind of live up to what she should have done, you know, and carry on that legacy for her in a certain way.
You want to build on where she left off.
Yeah, and we talk all the time about doing a record together,
Oh
doing
wow.
a Christmas
that
album
would be
together,
amazing.
doing tours together. You know, she still got it. You know what I mean? So that all that is so magical and incredible to envision and dream of and think about. I just think people would go nuts over it, especially her fans. You know, intermixing with
Uh-huh.
mine. I
Yeah.
think it'd be
Now,
such
did
an
she know
incredible
from the
thing.
beginning that this passion was in you?
Yes. The one regret I have is doing pageants. I wish I'd never done them.
Oh
I felt
wow.
like I wasted a
Wow.
lot of time. I
Mhm.
wasted a lot of time with my younger years focusing on that, thinking that that was going to be an incredible platform for me to
Right.
get into music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we didn't know. We just thought it was the right thing to do, and it
Sure.
obviously taught me a lot of discipline, and it gave me a lot of insecurities about my body. But
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it's good, bad, and in between. Like I do wish we spent a lot of money we didn't have back then on dresses and just
Mhm.
hair and makeup and just stuff like that. I just wish we'd never done it. And I had just really focused in on how to make this work for me musically. How do I get my foot in the door? Who do I need to be writing with?
Yeah.
Just doing focusing on that's way more important, but better late than never.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So when you look
Totally.
back on your life so far, when did it click for you that you could make a career from music?
I knew I always could, but I don't feel like I've ever had the support that I really needed.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It takes a village. I didn't
Yes,
realize
it
that.
It
does.
does.
I did not.
Absolutely.
I always said I was gonna. Oh, I'm doing it on my own. I'm doing it on my own. I'm doing it on my own. Thinking that I was good enough to just find the right people and it would magically happen. I feel stupid. I mean, I wasted a lot of time not working with the right people and, feeling very defeated, at the end
Yeah.
of the day
Mhm.
and very used. And I
Wow.
will not allow to be used again. Like, thank God I know all these things, these lessons. But it clicked for me. It clicked for me a long time ago. I mean, I don't even remember the last when I didn't think of doing this. I just got into ruts of doing a pageant or trying to work at a bar in Nashville, paying rent because I just wanted to be on my own, live on my own, and I just didn't have the team and the support to get to where I needed to go, family in the industry or not. I didn't have it, period,
Oh, okay.
So everything I've ever done has been on my own up until, now. I mean, thank God I have some of the people that I do in my life, but there's been no, like, there just hasn't been the support, and it's really, really hard. And I keep saying that, but if you just don't have people in your corner helping you, it is so hard. It is
And I
so
love
hard.
that you're talking about this because of how tough this is, because I want a lot of people to understand just because you have the legacy name doesn't mean it's going to come easy for you. Everybody thinks, oh, the next generation of artists, they've got it made, but they don't. You
No.
have to earn your keep just the way your mom
I think
earned
it's even
hers.
harder.
That's
I think
true.
it's even harder.
Because people think you should live up to that. And then when it doesn't, they're like, okay, what's wrong?
I don't really know what people's expectations are of me, and I don't care.
Mhm.
I've had to not care because the fact that I haven't, had any help in this, I had to discover everything on my own, especially who I was as an artist. And I think that was on me. I tried doing like electronic rock at one point. I tried to do, dream pop. I was doing all these different things and listening to all these different styles of music. And it wasn't that it was wrong. It just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to develop myself. They had these back in the day, these developmental deals for artists
Mhm.
where they develop your sound and they help you figure out who you are. But I had to do that on my own, and it took a lot longer than somebody that has a team of people pushing and helping you. So, finally I feel like I'm in a place where,
Wow.
I finally got that figured out, and it's it's tough. It's really, really tough. And even still, you want to make sure you're working with the right people. And I'm up against, the different things against me now. But I think there's way more positive things going on.
Mhm.
And,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be in music if it wasn't for my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very, 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 very grateful. And I love that I come from this incredible country music royalty background. It's great. But it is just as hard as anyone else trying to make it.
Yeah.
It is. it's not any easier. I don't have a leg up in anything. I'm getting a meeting with a manager, getting a meeting with a label is like pulling teeth, you know. So it's very difficult. And I'm not sure what the magic key is, or the magic word, or the password to do that is. And I go back to social media, and I think, I hope that's not the key. I really hope that. And at the end of the day, it's not the key. It's a part of the puzzle, but is it the key? So I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and I'm still discovering all these different things. And the industry changes year to year about what their expectations are.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, me trying to meet up to all of those is extremely
I think
difficult.
the work ethic is one of the keys, because if you really think about it, you know, it's like, I always like to say this analogy where, you know, you're on this hill and you're pushing this big boulder up. You can't see the top of the hill because the boulder's so big. So all you can do is push. You know the top of the hill somewhere up
I know,
there. You know it.
I know exactly what it looks like.
And if you look back, the boulder will start to roll backwards a little bit. So you can't really turn back to look where you've come. So you just got to hook your head down and keep pushing and keep pushing.
Going.
And the day will come, if you don't quit, to where you get on top of that hill and you can ride the boulder down until the next hill.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like you have to use your imagination, because you can't see over that boulder. I know what it looks like in my head. I know what that over that mountain, over that hill looks like. But yeah, I'm going to keep pushing and keep rolling that boulder up the hill until, you know, I can finally go.
We know the feeling.
Yeah, we get it.
You know, it takes a lot to do 500 interviews in less than 2 years.
Yes, I'm sure. That's a lot of talking.
Yeah, but I love to talk. But again, even though I love to talk, there are still days of where I wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh God, I got another interview to do.
Well, you know what? It's not even that. It's so after you do let's say after you do a song or a music video, or after you do an interview with someone, you've got this footage, you've got this audio. How do you get it out there? Marketing, a marketing strategy, and you're paying a lot for marketing. At least I am on some occasions. I'm like, wow, I'm paying a lot of money to try to get this one little thing out when I've got thousands of one little things. So how do I get that out? So that's why people are always, I get a little aggravated, because I go, everybody's like, oh, you can make it on your own. You don't need a label. And I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know me. I have been trying to make this work on my own for way too long. So having that machine with the distribution and the teams of people for social media, touring, marketing, promotion, branding, having all of those people, incredibly talented people at your fingertips to be able to work with, would be insanely and wonderful. But it is hard. Like, so what if we've got the songs and music out? Who's going to hear it? Our friends and family? How do you get it to the next point? I'm still at a loss. I'm like, gosh, how much more money can I spend on marketing ads and things like that to get it out there? You know, it's
I think the duet with your mom would be a big thing.
I actually agree. I love that.
When you said that, I was like, you know what? That could be the game changer for you.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
We need to make that happen.
See that happen. Well, I'm here until January 3rd, but on the 20th, we're going to fly out to Florida and visit my brother and my niece.
Oh, wow.
And then come back here, and I'll spend, New Year's Eve with Mom and just have fun here in Nashville for those days. So maybe we'll have a little practice. We'll have a couple little rehearsals, and I got all my music set up for my show tomorrow. So let me promote my show again. It's at Bella Notte. Bella Notte at City Cafe in Brentwood, Tennessee. Starts at 6:30. They are taking reservations. I would love to see anybody that's in Nashville or the surrounding areas. I'd love to see some old friends and make some new ones, and bring what I got to y'all. It's gonna be fun.
Love that. Speaking of teams, we have a third co-host, our 9-year-old.
No way. Oh, that's right. Yes.
He asked 3 questions now instead of just one.
I love these. I'm so excited.
So Sandy's gonna go get him, and then our almost 3-year-old daughter, that when she gets older, she'll be plugged in the show too, because we are a family affair show.
Oh, that's awesome.
We can't imagine not bringing family into it.
I love that. He's carry out on the tradition.
Yeah, we always joke that he's our secret weapon because a lot of times, an artist will come on the show, and if they're doing a live stream a couple days later, they'll end up mentioning the show sometimes, and they'll always mention him.
Oh, that is so sweet. I love it. I can't wait. Hey, Bud, what's going on?
Let's go great. Hi, Kelly. So, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food. That's a great question. Everything. Honestly, at the end of the day, my mom's cooking. It's not a food group, but I think it is. Anytime I get to come home and be with my mom and have her cook me anything is just a treat. So I got here yesterday, and was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, and she had homemade molasses cookies, homemade chocolate cake. Today we had cornbread and beans, all fresh. So, yeah, my mom's cooking.
And what's yours?
Mine's pizza.
Oh, pizza. What's your favorite pizza, though? What's on it?
Pepperoni, sausage, and supreme.
You got a new one now.
And he's got a new one now too.
Yeah, and pepperoni.
Oh,
Pineapple.
Pineapple's good too. I don't like the haters that say I don't like pineapple. Pineapple shouldn't be on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza.
So many people on the show has always told him you should try that, and finally he tried it and he loved it.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. Trying something new is great. I like mushrooms on mine.
Mushrooms.
He likes mushrooms too.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. So, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show. Oh, I watch so much TV. Right now, my favorite TV show is Yellowstone.
A lot of people, that's their favorite.
That's my new favorite right now. I got a ton, but that's like what I'm into right now. So I'm a big old fan of Kevin Costner, and I got to sing for him once. So it was really neat.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really fun. He's a good looking man. I'll tell you what.
And what's
I love
yours?
it. And so are you.
Mine's SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. Oh, Squidward. Oh my gosh. That's a funny show.
Yeah.
I love that.
And what's been really cool with the show is he watches a lot of Nickelodeon Disney shows. So we've been able to bring a lot of people from his shows onto our show.
Oh my gosh. Who did you get to talk to?
Well, we brought Ava Coker on from Disney. We brought Mallory James Mahoney on from Disney.
Oh my, I don't know what voices they did.
She's from Bunked.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
And then Ava Coker, she's from Sydney to the Max on Disney.
Awesome. Okay, wow.
But
you are killing it. Was that really exciting for you to get to talk with him? That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Who is your favorite that you've interviewed so far?
You're not gonna pick, are you?
No.
He won't pick.
No.
You see what she
He
did?
could have picked me and it would have been the right answer.
You can pick her, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, you're growing up. I'll tell you what.
He's got one more question.
So, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. Oh, I was just thinking about this the other day. Terms of Endearment.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Oh yeah,
I love it because I love my mama so much. It's just our movie, you know. I just love that. Yeah,
And
I
what's
love
yours?
Shirley MacLaine.
Mine's the Minions movie.
The Minions movie. Oh God, that is so funny. What did I watch the other day? That was a really cute one. The new Disney movie about the little boy that becomes like a human when he gets on water, but he's like a merman.
Oh, you haven't seen that one yet?
No, I haven't.
Luca.
You have to watch that one.
Yeah.
That's and Coco. Coco was a really good one too. So I love that. So good to see you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you for always interviewing me. Bye.
Yeah, he graduated from one question each show last year to this year. We've been doing 3 questions for him because he wants to eventually have his own podcast. So we told him we'll do it next summer.
Yes, he'll be 10 then.
Like a 10 minutes with Chris type thing.
Yes, 10 minutes with 10-year-old Christopher.
Oh, 10 minutes with Chris. I love that. You guys are so awesome. What great parents you are. That is incredible.
Thank you. So what are some sources of inspiration for you?
Let's see. This is a really interesting question. I'm glad you asked it because I think the first instinct is to say another artist's name or your family's name or something like that. And I really never have worshipped or been inspired by other people.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I guess I take little pieces of things that I think are interesting, or I mean, they can be just split-second moments of someone's song or a movie, or something I see, and I kind of combine that. But I don't really admire or look up to anybody or anything. I'm as original as it gets. Like, I just don't. I'm not trying to be like anybody else, but what inspires me is me. And I know that sounds weird, but I'm always shocked at like some of the stuff I'm capable of doing. I just go, I don't know how I'm going to get this done. I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but I do. And, you know, it's from the strength of the people that I love around me. And I mean, that's inspiring. I'm like, dang, I got it done. You know, I'm proud of myself. And I have to,
we get what you're saying, because
absolutely,
you know, we totally get that, because when we launched this show, we never imagined where it would be just 23 months later.
Grassroots. We had no backing, no experience. Everybody thought
you guys know the hustle. The hustle is so hard. Like, I'm not looking up to anybody that's already made it. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Continue your success. Right. I'm more inspired by the people out there just grinding it, you know, trying to how are you doing it? How are you figuring it out? I mean, those little things I take, you know, from them, and hopefully I'm also inspiring and creating, you know, inspiration for others to continue to move forward with whatever it is that they're doing, and know that, and no, nothing's easy. I mean, nothing is easy at all. I mean, I think about people that go back to school and they're trying to get their degree. I go, like, it's to be commended. So for me, anytime I accomplish something, I'm like, what?
Getting it done. Absolutely.
I've always had a hard time celebrating my successes, so that is definitely a thing I've been trying to change within myself.
Always got to take time to celebrate and enjoy
take credit for the things, the good things that you have.
Like they say, you got to sometimes stop and smell the roses.
Yes, it's so true. Yeah.
And I also have a hard time with that. I'm like, God, I've got to really live my life no matter what, you know. And it's really sometimes hard when you just have blinders on to this goal of yours, you know. But I want to have more fun. I want to be a little more, you know, crazy and wild, because I'm such a, you know, my work ethic is like a workhorse, you know. I just go. But I do want to start having more fun. I want to go on a vacation. Oh, God knows I want to go to Santorini, Greece. Like, there's so many things me and my mom want to go do.
That's on my bucket list to go there someday. Yes,
you know what else is on my bucket list? I have two major things. And one of them, you're going to think I'm crazy. So one, I want to go get baptized in the Jordan River.
Oh, wow. That would be amazing. Yes.
I've never been baptized. I always wanted to be baptized.
Oh,
I love the Lord. Like, I just want to, I don't go to church, so, but I love the Lord. I'm a spiritual woman. And the second, and to be able to be baptized in the river he was, Jesus, give me a break. That would be so incredible. Second, I want a cage dive with great white sharks.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That would be a cool one, too.
That would.
I know.
What's a lifetime experience there?
And it would be scary, but at the same time, you know, if you know, because you see the horror stories where
dinosaurs. They're dinosaurs. Like, I want to see a dinosaur. I've seen an alligator and crocodile. Oh my God, great. I want to see a dinosaur. They're dinosaurs. So, yeah, that's that's my big bucket list for now.
Awesome. And what would you like for your legacy to be in the music industry? What would you like to be most known and remembered for?
Man, just being the most kick-ass entertainer of the year, 20 years in a row, right here, baby. I want to put on the most incredible live show you've ever seen. I want my vocals to always be as spot on as possible. I want people to walk away going, not only is her album great, and not only is her voice, you know, just like you hear it on the album, amazing, but she put on a great show. We had a lot of fun.
Yes.
You know, I want it to be an epic brand that people remember for years to come. I want to be just an icon in fashion, and I don't know, shake things up a little bit. It's a little too bland to me. I'm sorry. I mean, how many more T-shirts and cowboy hats and
Oh yes.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here to shake things up a little.
Stir that.
Bring a little. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love that. Love that. And if you could say anything to your fans and followers, what would you want to tell them?
I freaking love you. You guys have been here from day one, supporting me, loving me, and pushing me and promoting me as much as y'all can in your own way. And I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for everybody that has already downloaded and listened to and liked my new single, Dandelion. It's one of many, many songs you guys are going to hear. And I'm so excited for the release of the other ones. It's really going to take it to the next level. I mean, we're very excited to get those to your ears very, very soon. We're hoping by March. So thank you guys for always just loving and supporting me. If you like anything that I'm doing, please make sure to share. And I'll be seeing you guys hopefully in a town near you once I get on a tour. And that's the goal, is to get on tour and come see you guys in person, not just on the camera.
Exactly.
Right.
I want to shake your hand. I want to hug you.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Now, back in 2015, we got to interview Kelsey Ballerini before she was Kelsey. And I always like to tell this story before I ask a guest the same question I asked her of where she wanted to be in 5 years, because the answer she gave us back then is almost to the T of what she's living right now. So knowing that, where do you want to be or see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, I have already won 3 Grammys. 3 Grammys. I'm touring constantly. I've working with some of the most incredible producers and songwriters on the planet. And at the end of the day, I'm in a position to give back. I want to be in a position to help others.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's all
It is.
about.
It is. It's always what it's been about for me. Like, how can I help others if I cannot help myself right now? I've got to help myself first, and then I can give back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's ultimately the kind of person I want to be. And that kind of person, person I am, I just want to be able to do it on a much larger scale than I am right now.
Yeah.
It isn't about fame for me, and it never has, and it never will be. It's never about fame. It's about respect within this art, this craft, in this industry. I want to be known as a great songwriter. I want to be known as a great singer, live performer, all those things. Just having the respect that I've that's not owed to me by any means, not owed, but that I've earned.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
And just have the most incredible fan base. I don't want to cause any controversy. You know, I think about people that are in the industry that cause controversy by doing stupid stuff, and I go,
oh yes, you hear
how
about
dare
it all
you?
the time.
I get offended. I'm like, if I was in your position, and how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of people would love to be in your position, and you're screwing it up, you know?
Yes,
So,
it's like, why?
Yeah.
So, you know, I just want to be a good person. I want to help others. I want to be able to be happy in whatever I'm doing. And at the end of the day, you know, this ain't no pageant answer, but make the world a little bit better.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look further down the road. Let's say 15 years down the road, and you're a success on a grand scale. Whatever that looks like for you, you're there. If the person you are today could meet her, your future successful self, what would you want to remind her?
I got these pageant. These are pageant questions. These are like wild questions. Okay. What would I like to say to her?
Yeah.
Remind her of. You got where you wanted to be. You have everything you've ever wanted in every single aspect of your life. You're doing what you want to do. But remember when you weren't so happy? Remember when you were really, really sad and you struggled and it was really, really hard? Don't forget the struggle. Don't forget how hard it was. And look at the people trying to come up behind you and help them, because they're in the same position you were in. And don't overlook them. You are not above anybody. So I really want to help. At the end of the day, I want to help people. So if I was going to tell her, I'll just remind her, like, don't forget, you may be in this la la land of happiness, but there's other people that would love to be in the same. It comes responsibility, and I'm willing to take on that job. I want to always be able to to be who I am now for the rest of my life. The humble person I feel like I am.
So as we close out here, you had a friend of yours and they feel called to music. They've played a few shows, they're still getting their feet wet, but they know that this is what they want to do with the rest of their life. What advice would you give that specific person to kind of help guide them the next few years?
Okay, repeat the question one more time.
Let's say you had a friend of yours and they feel called to music. They know that they're supposed to do this with their life.
Okay,
what advice would, and they're good. It's not that they think they're good. They got the talent, but they played maybe 40, 50 shows of it. So they're still getting their feet wet, but they know that this is it. What advice would you kind of give them to kind of help guide them the next couple of years?
I would say, what I want to say is, like, the initial thing I want to say is, like, be a social media guru, because I'm not. And I think that is obviously so important right now, unfortunately, to make that a priority, because I don't want them to struggle like I have. You know what I mean? I don't want them to.
Yeah.
I'd rather them make that a priority, so that's not an issue in the future. Like, but you're wearing a ton of hats, and I still at the end of the day would tell them to write with as many people as you can. Don't write with just the same people over and over again. You have to like branch out and figure out who you are. Perform in front of as many people as possible, as many times as possible, because really, like, man, I would not be as good as I am had I not played all those shows in Vegas. I mean, 6 nights a week, 5 hours a night. It's, I'm prepared for something big. I prepared for something big. So there's just so much to do. I don't want to ever discourage anyone, but it's hard. Be prepared for how hard it is. And sometimes how discouraging it can be, but how amazing the end result is worth every bit of blood, sweat, and tears. So, probably, be very, very active on social media. Oof, hate saying that.
You definitely can sense the passion in you.
You can.
Thanks. Well, it's finally good to be able to know who the hell I am. I mean, and what I'm doing, it's awesome. And I'm really looking forward to other people saying that, they'll mostly, they'll see it in my live shows. If anybody ever comes to see me, like, you can hear my song and go, oh, that's a great song, or I hate that song, but you come see me live, it's a totally different ballgame. At least I think it is. But yeah, bless my friend's heart. That's all I know. Bless his or her heart. But I got their back. I'll always be there to support my friends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think, oh, you know what? End of the day, stay humble. Yeah. You are not that good. You're just not. I'm not that good. There are people so much better than I am. 10 billion times better than I am. Stay humble. You're not that good. Write some good songs.
Like the song "Humble and Kind."
Oh yes.
That I got to learn that song. It's so good. giving me trouble. But yeah, that's a big deal to me. Like, no matter what happens, just be cool. Just you aren't better than anybody else. So
love that. So as we close out, tell everybody how they can find you and pick up your songs.
So, always under construction, but CaliTucker.com. That's where you can find a lot of the information about me and my life, songs I've done in the past. And Facebook is going to be Cali Tucker Official, and that's always CALI. Instagram is at Cali Tucker Music. And those are my two main ones. I'm just now kind of getting into TikTok and God about Twitter. How many more that I got to learn? But all the music that I have currently out, whether it's cover songs from back in the day I did to the new single Dandelion or future releases, will obviously be on Spotify, available on Spotify, iTunes, all the other digital distribution sites. I mean, it'd be hard to miss me. And of course, YouTube. I've got my YouTube channel, so. Yeah.
Love that. We really enjoyed having you on the show today. And we definitely look forward to having you back for more updates.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You know what? I just remembered, I got to give a shout out to one of my best friends, Dominique Gallagher. She's also been a very supportive friend. I mean, I actually have so many supportive friends, like Josh and Jen and Shar. I mean, like, I'm sorry. I felt bad. I didn't even give them a shout out, but I do have a lot of great people in my life. But yeah, they're incredible. Everybody's always helping me. I cannot be ungrateful to any of that. So
love that. And like I said, we enjoyed it, and you're welcome back anytime.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. I'll let you guys know when my next single gets released, and we should do this again.
Please do.
We'd love to have you back
Thank
on.
you for having me. I love you guys.
Oh.